It's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And it's Freak missing. The Kings trail by 16. Collison dishes to Dang from outside the arc. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line.
So far in the game for Dang, 13 points, and he's put one three-pointer on the board.
Anderson, he's checked in for Sacramento. Lance Stevenson comes in for Darren Collison. And then for Los Angeles, Plumlee, he's checked in for Biyombo, and Freak subbed in for Russell. Freak kicks to Randall, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Freak passes to Plumlee. Lets it fly. Offensive rebound. Anderson with the block. And he recovers it. And that one's good. Freak.
Boy, this team has really been on the offensive glass here in the second half, doing an outstanding job.
On the wing, Dang. Back to Stevenson. Launches it. And Lakers leading by 11. Here's Freak. Kicks to Chandler. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers.
With purpose, the D hasn't been able to keep up.
Dishes to Cousins. That ball. Nice feed that time from Stevenson. Stevenson's got 9 assists now tonight. LA's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Freak dishes to Randall. Stolen by Fareed. Now Anderson. 3 from Stevenson. Good. Stevenson's got it back down to within single digits for Sacramento.
That shot becomes effort.
Now here's Freak. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Anderson. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
Freak kicks to Chandler. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Nice, accurate pass right into the middle.
And it's Dang in the corner. He feeds it to Fareed. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Freak with it. He's picked up by Dang. That's good. And now it's a 12-point Los Angeles lead.
And what's gotten into him today? This is getting ridiculous.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. Well, I was able to listen in on the Kings head coach during that last timeout. He doesn't think they've been giving it their all, saying they've been quicker to rebounds, to every loose ball. We got to wake up. The game's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We have got to take control of this thing. We'll see if he lit a fire under him, guys.
Again, the miss by the Kings.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
And that one's good. Cousins.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
And it's Freak missing. The Kings trail by 12. Here's Stevenson. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. And that's 18 points for Lance Stevenson. Freak passes to Brandt. Got it. Good job in the low post.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Dang for 3. The rebound by the Lakers. Plumlee's got 11 rebounds in the game.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. Sacramento's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Fareed setting the pick for Thornton. Off the pick. Goes back up. Fareed, no good.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Here's Freak. Nice D from Dang. The Kings trail by 12, and it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Dang.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And Los Angeles guys shooting in the fourth has been tremendous, 59%. Plumlee is just a freak, and he gets the bucket.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Screen by Cousins. Fareed against Bradley. The open shot, Dang, good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Cousins has got 3 assists in the game. Freak with it, working on Collison. Shot from 12. Randall with the bucket. Randall's got 6 points in the quarter.
And the efficiency is there, but the aggressiveness is really lacking. So far, it hasn't hurt them, though.
Dang with the bucket.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, your Kings Dance Team.
Los Angeles leading by 12. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggressiveness.
Here's Freak. From outside, off the mark. Sacramento's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Cousins, no one around him. That one rolling around and rims out. And Los Angeles guys shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. That's good.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
For them.
That's the way to work the ball in close to the hoop, guys.
Here's Freak. His 3-pointers off the mark. The Kings trail by 16. And Thornton kicks to Fareed. Fareed, a screen on Randall. Thornton, no good.
The clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
And Freak throws it down.
And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all-around performance from this group. I don't think there's any question about that.
And Cousins gets it to go.
And guys, just really impressed. They made big plays when it counted, and that's why it's going to be on to the next round for Los Angeles.
2 great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little bit harder tonight. That was the edge that was needed.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Freak. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings.
Yeah, might as well tack on a few more points to the lead, I guess. This is going to be a dominant win for them.
That's the right word for it, Greg. Dominant. This one was as one-sided as we've seen in a while.
Takes the three. The shot no good. So the Kings will take it the other way. Stevenson outside. Pass to Ingram. Puts it up from 17. And it's Stevenson missing. The Lakers controlling the game. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Freak. Green with the block. And stolen by Freak. This one for 3. Count it.
And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight. But we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road win.
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort level, I thought, was outstanding, and they just took care of business.
And the series has been won. And with the 4-game sweep, they steamrolled their way through round 2. Now, Greg, they head to the conference finals on the highest of notes.
And to that point, Kevin, I really feel like this team is playing their best basketball of the season. They're going to have some downtime before the next round, but as well as they're playing, probably wish this thing would start tomorrow.
And now we'll send it down to Doris.
Well, once again, your ability to make plays with your passing was a major factor in this one. How did you get the offense clicking?
It's like you set a tone at the top, everyone in the league followed. Made sure we were all on the same page tonight. Everyone in the league, hey, it's a team.
You simply can't get enough of you. Thanks for joining us. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. Well, that'll do it, folks. Glad you could join us for the Western Conference semifinals. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew. Thanking you for tuning in. And standing by for the postgame show, let's head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. An absolutely astounding and historic night for him here in this game. He was simply unstoppable in what can only be described as
because his play was genius. Just a textbook example of how to gain a mental edge and continue to exploit it.
He gave them an enormous lift tonight, make sure they're moving on to the conference finals. He said, you know what, give me the ball, let me go to work. This is barbecue chicken soup play with a diet soda.
So that's the finale of this round 2 series of the NBA playoffs for Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. I'm Ernie Johnson. Now on to what should be an amazing conference finals coming up in just a few days. We will see you again soon.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And welcome to the NBA Conference Finals on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Game one is upon us, and this looks like it will be a fantastic series. And coming right up, we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Los Angeles Lakers at Staples Center. Taking a look at the Lakers, they've appeared to be invincible thus far in the playoffs, having yet to lose a single game. We'll see if they can continue that winning streak tonight. And if you've been watching this team play lately, you know who they've been getting the big baskets from? Freak! He's been on a tear. How's he gotten so hot, Shaq?
Well, you know, he's letting the game come to him on the offensive end. He's not forcing his shot, but he's still being aggressive, and he's always testing his defender. And he's, you know what, Ernie? He smells that barbecue chicken down there. You can't guard this man one-on-one. Well, lick your fingers. The barbecue chicken is hot and crispy.
You're making me hungry right now, but
crispy barbecue chicken?
Ooh, that's, I just can't wait. You make me hungry. Is it lunchtime? Yeah. We got it some time. But, you know, he's not settling for any look either. This guy is very versatile. He'll take you inside, take you outside. He's the kind of player that seems like he's a step ahead, like mentally. Like he has this mental telepathy that goes on and goes. He knows what you're thinking before you think it, before the guy thought it was a thought.
Wow. It's like an extraordinary basketball IQ.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have a good high basketball IQ?
No. Didn't need one, Ernie.
Why?
Because I had the ES.
What's that?
Elbow sandwich.
Western teams have run the gauntlet. Only one can emerge victorious to claim a spot in the finals. Game one of the Western Conference Finals begins in a moment. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sidelines. You look at the Lakers. They are a team that certainly got to feel pretty confident right now, having swept their last series.
And while I expect them to win this game and potentially win big, this is a team that really plays well on their home floor. And if they do that, they can really set the tone for this series.
Well, we'll see if they can capitalize. I mean, that's what you work hard all regular season for, is to have the advantage of game one in your building. I'm with you there. I think you got to give them an early nod as favorites.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Russell Westbrook out there with Ellis. And it's Durant in at the small forward.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game. You know, getting the ball inside early.
And it worked to perfection, Clark, on that possession. We'll see how that plays out in terms of being a big part of their game plan.
Westbrook kicks to Ellis. And it's sent back by Plumlee. Now the Lakers on the break. And a wide open look for Freak. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Freak's got himself on the board with 3 there.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Westbrook drives in. Adams' shot is good.
A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. The dish now to Freak. Puts up a 3. Offensive rebound. Now Chandler defending. And Westbrook, here we go. From past the arc. That doesn't go either for Ellis.
I'll tell you what, you can shake your confidence missing wide open shots like that.
There's Freak. Money from the wing. Freak's got 5. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. Offline with his 3. Lets it go from the wing. And it's Freak missing.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them. Oftentimes, you can beat the defense down the floor.
And a miss there on the triple.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Releases from 15, and Durant gets it to go. The assist by Westbrook.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play.
Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
And the basket good. Lakers trail by 3. Russell kicks to Freak. That shot goes in. He now has 3 field goals and 6 misses today.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Lets the three fly. Yes, it's good. Good for basket number 4. He's now 4 for 10.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Ellis can't get it to go. Los Angeles has gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. And that one's good. Free.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Kicks it out to Ellis. Looking to end the run. Rebounded by the Lakers. Inside, there's Free. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 6 assists in the game.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Here's a peek at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the top rebounders in this year's playoffs. Well, you look at Randall, no doubt one of the most efficient rebounders in the game. And, of course, Bismack beyond. Thunder trailing by 10. In the corner, Ibaka with it to stop the run. That one rolling around and rims out.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And that one's good. Freak.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
Now, here's Westbrook. Over in the corner, Ellis. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
He dishes it to Westbrook. Here's Durant. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
And it's Ellis penetrating. Adams. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Adams has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Oklahoma City. Adams has gone 3 for 3.
find them, though. I'm going to sign them. I don't want no problems.
Like we always do it this time. Cookie cold, blowing your mind. Hey dummy, this no accident, all of this was designed. Took my time, cook a crack from behind. Then I opened up your blinds, rise and shine. Cold world, same used to drive around with your girl. In my mama's Civic, now I'm out here trying to get it. I ain't like you, boy, I spit it how I live it. So when you see me in the streets, man, I ain't got a mimic. Cause I ain't got an image to uphold. This real, I ain't got a gimmick, I just flowed it. The boy that set fire to the booth. In a game full of liars, it turns out that I'm the truth. Some say that rap's alive, it turns out that I'm the proof. Cause the ones y'all thought would save the day can't even tie my boots. The ones y'all thought can hang with me can't even let these words be my I don't rhyme my before I wake, I pray to the Lord, my soul to take, my soul to take, my soul to take, my soul to take. Lord, I've been dreaming about the paper. Get rich before I see my life taper. Hope my mama get to see Jamaica before she meet her maker. I hoop but never good enough to ever be a Laker. But these words I recall got me ballin'. Jordan, more than a rapper, this a natural disaster. Boy, I mean it in Katrina mixed with Gina. Shut up, Cole. This is for back home, homes. What up, Bo? This is for them that played me. What up? Nah, I ain't mad, it's sad. You went from bad to real bad. Two kids that don't even know they real dad. Real sad, baby girl, I wish you still had it. Then maybe you could get a taste of living Philmatic. It's cold, still at it. Y'all be talking about the same and how I feel about it. That's why I don't respect that. You talking cold planning funerals, you might fit the.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it's the Memphis Grizzlies as they'll be playing against the Spurs out in San Antonio. Well, for San Antonio, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. You talk about great trios in NBA history, the Spurs trio, Duncan, Ginobili, Parker, last year moved into the #1 spot for career winning percentage for any 3 active players. Shaq, how long will it be before we see something like this again?
Well, the trio in the Spurs model has been synonymous with success. That's right, Ernie, synonymous. I don't know how to spell it, but it sounded good, so I hope you understand. Synonymous.
Sounds awesome.
It's going to be a long time before we see countless records and accolades between them duplicated.
A long time. So what year will it happen again? Come on, Dr. O'Neal.
2000 never.
2000 never. So in the 3000s it happened.
Yeah, the 3000s.
That means in 3000. But you have to go way back, obviously, in the history books to see guys that were that good between Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili. But the secret recipe for me, Coach Popovich. If you put those 3 guys on another team, they might not have the same success if Popovich isn't there.
That does it for us from here for now. We turn it over now to Kevin Harlan. Kev.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, land of the free and the home of
Greetings, everyone, from San Antonio. The Spurs playing host to a Western Conference affair here at the sold-out AT&T Center, bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. And it's going to be the Grizzlies off the tip. And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Conley and Allen in the backcourt. Randolph is the 4 with Gasol in the middle, and it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. Now here's Conley. Leonard with the steal. Barnes against Duncan. Here's Parker. Duncan, a screen. And here's Leonard from 3. No good. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Some solid numbers once again for Zach Randolph with Memphis last year. He just keeps plugging away, grinding out, no pun intended, chugging along and producing.
Yeah, 16 points, about 10.5 rebounds for Zebo. I mean, he's a classic power forward and always gives you the numbers, even though he still plays under the rim.
And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. We're about 1 minute into the first. Now the Grizzlies with it. Conley kicks to Randolph. Gasol, a screen on Aldridge. Gasol dishes to Conley. Memphis moving that ball around. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And to nobody's surprise, Zach Randolph enjoyed an outstanding season, Clark, in 14-15.
And, you know, ironically, by taking more of a backseat to front court make Marc Gasol, Randolph played better, the best rebound rate of his career.
And for the Grizzlies, they had to be encouraged by Randolph's play after signing him to that extension. I mean, he'd been set back by the knee injury, but he came back in a big way. And Randolph happy to be back in Memphis. He said, this is home. This is where I belong. And look, he's helped establish this team as a power in the Western Conference. And for me, this is the right place for him to be.
Second free throw, no good. It's not really a surprise at this point, but the Spurs were in the playoffs last year. 18th consecutive appearance.
Yeah, they weren't in that usual top 3 spot, though. Although had they won the last game instead of being the 6th, they would have been the 2nd.
Right.
Didn't have that home court advantage, and as they went up against the Clippers, it really cost them in that 7th game.
Now here's Conley. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. And it's Conley penetrating. Shoots the 3. No luck. And the Spurs with possession. Searching for their first points of the game. Here's Aldridge. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Aldridge has got the game going with his first points of the game for the Spurs.
And against the Clippers, the Spurs didn't have home court advantage. I mean, ended up playing a big part in that series. They ended up losing in Game 7 in Staples with some questionable timekeeping, but that's not why they lost.
Now here's Allen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gasol kicks to Conley. Another miss by Conley. For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Pass to Parker. And it's blocked by Conley. Allen passes to Conley. 16 seconds left in the first. Outside Randolph. Randolph a screen. Conley inside the line. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Tie game in San Antonio. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
You know, I think they're going to be happy with how they played here early on.
I agree with you. I mean, they hit the ground running, had a strong start to the game that they're hoping they can manage the rest of the way.
San Antonio with the ball. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. They got Zach Randolph. Farmar is out there with Carter. Then it's Lance Stevenson. And it's Wright in at the 5 spot. Now here's Stevenson. Now Farmar. Picked by Randolph. Out to the right wing. Passes it to Stevenson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pulls it up. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
And Lance Stevenson really couldn't find minutes in Charlotte last season. Ended up sitting out a lot of games as a DNP CD. Not the start he wanted with the new team.
And the basket by West. Here's Farmar. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Kicks it to Carter. Launches a 3. The rebound by the Spurs. Anderson dishes to Mills. Picked by West. And here's Mills. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. That's good.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Yeah, just frustrated by their lack of production offensively, and I can't blame them. I mean, they're getting the looks, but the shots just aren't falling.
Yeah, and the slump that they're having shooting the ball can take its toll on you if you're not mentally strong. So I like this timeout here to try to get those guys reset and refocused.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for San Antonio. And Memphis also making a switch. Gasol's checked in. Second quarter of basketball, just over 1.5 minutes played so far. Gasol setting the pick for Stevenson. To the paint, here's Wright. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on David West. Clark, Brandon Wright was moving all over the league last year, all over the map, traded twice, once from Dallas to Boston, then again sent to Phoenix where he finished up the season.
Kevin, he was only with Boston for 8 games after the trade. He seemed to find a better home when he was with Phoenix.
And for Wright, being traded twice, he's one of those players that is so efficient but in small doses. So really the ultimate bitch guy to come in and give you minutes in the post.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Duncan, he's checked in for West. Aldridge comes in for Anderson, and it's Leonard in for Kevin Martin. And so Wright nails both of them.
You know, I think that will ultimately be Wright's role going forward, a great bench option. Despite all the trades, last year he was still extremely efficient as a scorer.
Now here's Mills. Aldridge with his screen on Conley. Floats one up. Duncan. And the layup's good off the glass.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Down low. Rejected by Ginobili. And Mills kicks to Aldridge. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Aldridge has got his second bucket.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
And Adams kicks to right, and he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Rejected by Gasol. Now here's Conley. There's the feed to Gasol. 1 second left. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Spurs lead by 4. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Coach, you haven't seen much work put in off the bench thus far. When we see that second unit after the break, what are you hoping to see from them?
I just want to have a semblance of motion so that they know where they're going and the ball moves. They don't play in a crowd. just basically see if they know what they're doing.
We'll see, Coach. Thanks for the time. Guys.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
They were clearly a better shooting team. Their play calling and execution were on point. It wasn't a dominant performance, but you did get an idea of how efficient they can be. They'll need to continue that kind of shooting if they want to pull away in the second half.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
They're shooting way too much from the mid-range and the outside. The offense lacks dimension, and that could really hurt them in the second half, Ronnie. I like to see their bigs get down and dirty. They got to play way tougher.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. So it's the Spurs now. They lead by 4. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for San Antonio. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Duncan is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Parker in at the point. Conley the pass to Randolph. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Randolph's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Grizzlies. Going over some of the quickest players in the league, you think about Mike Conley and Clark. What sets him apart is that he's always under control, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, he takes great care of the basketball. He uses the change of speed and hesitation move to get where he wants to go, and he's masterful in getting into the lane and finishes with both hands.
Now, here's Randolph. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Conley against Parker. Dishes to Leonard. Shot from the wing. And it's Leonard again missing.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
Conley with it. He's picked up by Parker. Allen outside for the tie. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. Kyle Anderson comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Martin in for Kawhi Leonard. Lance Stevenson's checked in for Memphis. Carter comes in for Tony Allen. A shot by Randolph. Nobody around. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Parker outside. Inside. That's good from West on the assist by Parker. And the Spurs lead by 4. And here are the Grizzlies. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half.
And really, the Grizzlies might have dropped to 5th in the West in the final week, but they were near the top for most of last season. Often could be found in that 2 spot. And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
And the Spurs with some changes. Diaw comes in for Green, and it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Then for the Grizzlies, Wright comes in for Zach Randolph. And it's Farmar in for Mike Conley. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. The Grizzlies did slip late in the West, Greg, as you said. Still, you know, Clark, 35-17. That record in the conference was 3rd best.
And even more impressive was the fact that the Grizzlies played their best when playing the other top teams. They went 16-11 against the other Western Conference playoff teams.
San Antonio with the ball, following the score by Memphis. Martin goes in. And that one hits back iron. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Wright sends a screen. Here's Carter. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. Carter's got his first 2 points.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Outside, Martin. With 4 seconds on the clock. Shot is no good. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Grizzlies out in front. They lead by a bucket. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the 4th quarter. Next. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The 4th quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Memphis leading. On the court for Memphis to start the 4th. Handoff is the 4 with Gasol in the middle. Conley and Allen in the backcourt. And it's Hairston into the 3. Gasol dishes to Randolph. Feeds to Conley. The pass to Gasol. Clock at 4. Shakes him. Duncan with the block. Ginobili with the ball. Outside, Green. He dishes it to Aldridge. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Aldridge has got it all tied up now for the Spurs. And for Memphis, they're shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Conley gets to Gasol. Tim Duncan grabs the miss.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. That one a tear off line to the right, but drops in for him. Aldridge has got 4 points in the quarter.
And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, you know, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yes, guys, over that last break, I listened to Dave Yeager address his team. As this game approaches its finale, the outcome's still undecided. He's told them, we're not far, fellas. It's within reach. Seize the moments and walk away with a win. Guys?
Thanks, Doris.
Great move to get to the rim. I think they're going to take the aggressive approach down the stretch.
Jordan Adams, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Here's Parker to the middle, looking for Aldridge. He gets it there. Some solid defense from Randolph.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Randolph a screen. Conley gets to Gasol. Back to Conley. Clock at 6. Up top, Adams. Here's Gasol. Misses the 3.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Parker outside. .54 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Conley, the pass to Gasol. Right side, Randolph. And stolen by Aldridge. And it's Green missing. The drive by Allen. Buries it.
Clutch shot right there. That could be the difference maker.
Indeed, it might be a big, huge moment in this game right there.
Mills is checked in for San Antonio. And Memphis also making a switch. Matt Barnes is checked in for Jordan Adams. .32 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Aldridge. Yes! A huge shot to tie it up.
Man, it's absolutely scary, frightening when Aldridge starts lighting it up like this.
Here's Gasol. It falls.
Marc Gasol is a problem. They're having a lot of trouble dealing with what he's giving.
.24 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Now Mills. Pass to Aldridge. Duncan left side. He kicks to Mills. Aldridge with a screen on Conley. Just 5 to shoot. Mills can't hit. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
And an intentional foul right there. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
So a close game sees Memphis take this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother him. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Mike, you guys really turned it around in the second half. Tell us what changed.
We just started playing basketball again. I told the guys at halftime that we can't just turn it on and off. We got to be able to keep the pedal to the metal, and guys came out defensively focused, and guys making the double extra plays to get defensive stops.
Mike, thank you. Kevin, it's usually about those second and third efforts.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Marc Gasol. He was the steady and reliable hand throughout the game tonight, stepping into more of a leadership role in this performance tonight.
There must be something about playing on the road that brings out the best in him. I haven't seen this in a player in a while. He gave a very focused and determined effort. And this effort is the biggest reason they're walking away with this win, Ernie, Kenny.
Tonight, he showed us great instincts on the defensive end. They relied on him to protect the rim, and he piled up with block after block after block.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
동전한 입조차 쉽고 일 없어 잠 못 들던 그때보다 조금은 일었어 우리는 바보처럼 몸으로 부딪히면서 배웠어 넘어질 때마다 일었어 다시 고쳤었지 이력서 눈부신 성공의 신바람 잠시나마 불어봤던 휘파람 한 곡도 퇴근하기 전에 그림자처럼 날 따라온 비바람 시기 질투 기대 압박을 못 이긴 몇 번의 실축 자만 나탐 속에 던졌던 말로 홈런을 맞는 실투 다 끝 난가 같았지만 우린 우리 앞길을 막지 말라고 외치며 마음을 다잡곤 했었지 진짜 한치 앞도 안 보이는 가시밭길에서도 절대 유턴 없이 잘 봐라 느리로 의지하면서 둘이 딱 붙어갔지 비극 지극 기가 아프지만 지나가 보면 웃음 나오는 희극 그래서 우린 지금을 참고 살아 난 미쳤다 생각하면서 keep dreaming 희망이란 끈 잡고 살아
이 험한 현실에서 아직 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈 높고 힘든 삶의 능선에서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 peace of mind 이 도시에서 멍 때리는 것조차도 사치 버릇처럼 내가 나를 착취해 경추 쪽은 딱딱해지고 인식에 붙은 각질 모두 위맑은 땀 대신 날 적시는 건 진땀이네 잠든 시간에도 문제들이 쌓여 눈 뜨자마자 결정해도 아직 익숙치 않은 타협 시간을 도마 위에 식재료 썰듯 안 하면 하루는 순서가 뒤섞인 음식처럼 망가져 지쳐도 경계하네 공허와 허무 불안감 속에서 상기하네 15년 전 빈 털터리의 여유 억울해도 납득돼 35년간의 필름이 어쩌면 수치 맞은 삶 건축된 우리의 이름이 길르니 어두워지지 않게 서로를 비판하고 세상을 보는 시선 삐딱하게 얼굴에 피어난 주름은 당연해 마치 아파치 no face 평가는 다 끝난 다음에 핵인 인생의 레이스 이 험한 현실에서 아직 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈 높고 힘든 삶의 능선에서 때론 싶은 꿈 너와 천천히
뭐 사실 좀 같아 내가 타고 다니는 건 달라지고 빨라졌지만 결국 가는 데인 같아 질리게 겪어도 사랑 때문에 애 같아 이럴 때 보면 나
높고 힘든 삶의 능선에서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 peace of mind
change, it's the same old thing. And the game won't change, it's the same old thing. Just the same old. Just the same old. Just the same.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Rockets in Houston. Looking at Houston, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And Joel Embiid missed all of last season with an injury. Now that he's getting some action on the floor, Kenny, how do you see him developing?
Well, he's very fluid. You know, he's got great movement, gets up and down the floor for his size. You know, he's got really good footwork for a guy who's been sitting out that long. He's a legitimate 7-footer, Shaq, and, you know, those are rare and hard to find.
You know, I like his game because he can face up, play with his back to the basket, and he's equally comfortable scoring in either position. I like that about his game.
How's his feet work?
Feet work is perpetuous excellence at its finest.
How's his footwork?
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
That about does it. Kevin Hart. Bye. Kevin, take it away.
Can you play off one foot?
Dusk settling over Houston, Texas. Boy, what a great shot of the city right there. We're live from Houston, where the crowd is on their feet. It's Philadelphia facing the Houston Rockets. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Tip-off goes to Houston. Look at the 76ers starting group. We've got Robert Covington. Ish Smith is out there with Isaiah Cannon. Then there's Okafor, and it's Embiid in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. On defense, Houston. And guys, before last season, Trevor Ariza signing a 4-year, $32 million deal with the Rockets. Big free agent get for the team.
And, you know, they wanted to re-sign Chandler Parsons, Kevin, but with his departure, in comes Ariza, and Trevor is a quality replacement. I mean, a terrific wing defender, and he's a nice spot-up shooter as well.
And Okafor slams it in.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
That drops.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Smith kicks to Cannon. Embiid with a screen on Harden. Smith with a wide open look. Can't convert after the good screen. For Houston, they've gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Beverly with the ball. Fires for 3. Rebounded by Covington.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start. And guys, this 76ers team still trying to forge an identity. One thing that is sure, they will attack the basket, and a lot of fearless players on this roster.
And it's Okafor missing.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Here's Harden. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Smith the pass to Okafor. Great D that time from Howard. Well, the 76ers do go at the basket without hesitation. They're fearless, Clark, going inside. Led the NBA last season on points off drive.
Well, you know, I like to say you've got to use what you have. They didn't have many shooters, so that means head down, get to the rim.
Shot clock at 5. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Here's Cannon. To the middle. Here's Embiid. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Embiid's got his first bucket in this one. Harden up top. To the wing on the left. Motiejunas has the open look. Off target with his 3. There's Cannon with the 3. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. It's a tie game here in Houston. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
You know, I think they're going to be happy with how they played here early on.
I agree with you. I mean, they hit the ground running, had a strong start to the game that they're hoping they can manage the rest of the way.
And Philadelphia has possession.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Philadelphia, they've got Carl Landry. He's out there with Grant. Noel is out there with Thompson. Now, here's Brewer. From 13 feet, it goes down. Brewer's got the lead up to 2 now for the Rockets. Well, Greg, for Brett Brown and the Spurs connection, he was an assistant in San Antonio for 7 years, was really indoctrinated into how the Spurs conducted business, Clark, before coming to the 76ers.
Yeah, he's got an interesting accent, too, a mix of Boston Australian from where he grew up and where he spent a lot of time, but no doubting his passion and his coaching ability. He's good in both.
He was actually a head coach for Australia for a while in international play. And so it's Houston with it. 76ers getting the bucket. McDaniels, good on the three-point shot. McDaniels got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pass to Noel. He dishes it to Thompson. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Here's Landry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
And here in the second, with about a minute and a half gone by, Beasley the screen. And there's Terry. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Brewer. Here's Beasley. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
I really like the fire, the intensity that they're playing with now. They got off to a tough start there in the first quarter. They didn't shoot it particularly well, but they've played through it. They've been able to stick with it, and that, to me, that shows their resiliency.
And the second player taken in the 2008 draft, Michael Beasley out of Kansas State, has been the ultimate wild card. Incredibly high expectations for him. At one time, he was the best high school player in the country, but now, you know, Greg, in his 8th season, he's bounced around a little bit. You wonder if he will ever fulfill that great potential.
You know, you could argue he's the best player in college that 1 year at Kansas State. I mean, unstoppable scorer and rebounder on the collegiate level. And he's shown flashes, but that's the one thing about this level. So much of the game is mental. And not everybody's equipped to handle the responsibility of being a great player.
Excellent point.
And thinking about Michael Beasley's career now, he did have a breakout season in 10 and 11 with the Timberwolves. It was enough to land him a 3-year, $18 million contract with the Suns a couple years ago. Arrow seemed to be pointing up, but then things headed south quickly.
And the 76ers making a change here. Embiid's checked in. And he sinks the second.
And for last season, it was really just a victory for Beasley to get back in the league. I mean, did not start the season on any team. No doubt he has the skills, but something needs to happen for him in order to stick.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. And continuing to expand his arsenal last season, Patrick Beverley, the guard for the Rockets. Career highs in assists and rebounds per game, and he's one of the smallest guys on the floor.
Yeah, and he's really working on the details of becoming a better playmaker, becoming a guy that has coaches trust him to handle the basketball in those crucial situations.
You know, talking about Beverley, his wrist injury really changed things for the Rockets at the end of last season. Suddenly, 37-year-old Jason Terry had to take on big minutes at the point, and he was serviceable, but they missed Beverley's toughness on defense particularly.
So he comes up empty, missing both.
And going back to the one thing with Patrick Beverley, his shot could still be more consistent. Last year, he was down in shooting averages across the board, including just 38% from the field. It makes it very difficult on your offense when you have an inability to space the floor.
Now here's Beverley. Jahlil Okafor unable to get his last shot to go. Howard dishes to Beverley. The three-pointer no good. 76ers trailing. Smith outside. Out to the right wing. Gets it off. No good on the buzzer beater. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Houston on top. They're up by 2. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
They're playing with a sense of urgency, even though they're at home. Sometimes you feel so comfortable on your home court, the other team can jump on you. But they know these fans have their back, and now they're well positioned to build a lead in the second half.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
Their shooting rhythm was off, under 40%. Some of that was shot selection. Some of it was the defense stepping up. My guess is we'll see some significant changes as things get going in the second half. Increasing off-the-ball activity, making the extra pass, and trying to get better looks.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Here's Cannon. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
Modiunas and Howard, the post pair. Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. And it's Ariza in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Here is Harden. Jahlil Okafor making his last shot. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball. And last season, GA, as you were talking about, the injuries for the Rockets did pile up. Dwight Howard was out. Terrence Jones was out. They missed those guys for multiple games.
Yeah, and that hurt them inside. But also, remember, Beverly goes down right before the playoffs. So, in all, the Rockets had 180 missed games on their roster due to injury. Amazing they stayed so resilient and were able to capture that 2 seed.
And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Ariza with it. Now Okafor defending. Ariza goes in. And Okafor with the block. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. Second half just getting started, about a minute played, and that one's good.
They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hit.
Philadelphia shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. Embiid the screen. Stauskas kicks to Grant. And that one's good. Noel's got the game tied up here for the 76ers. The Rockets making a switch here. Capella's checked in. Thompson, he's checked in for Philadelphia. .135 left in the third. Beverly the pass to Harden. Back to Beverly. 5 on the clock. The 3. No luck. The 76ers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half.
And guys, Patrick Beverly, a perfect fit for the Rockets alongside James Harden. Now, you know, Beverly is in that complementary role as a 3 and D guy. And remember, also, even though he's the point guard, he doesn't need the ball to be effective. He's good at just spotting up for threes, and he's a hounding on-ball defender.
Now here's Harden. There's the dish to Beverly. They set the pick. Lock at 6. Houston needs to get a shot off. And here's Harden for 3. And it's Noel with the rebound. Now the 76ers with it. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Thompson dishes to Grant. Ariza covering. Pass to Noel for the lead. That's short off the rim. It's a tie game here in Houston. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. Ish Smith is out there with Cannon. Then there's Embiid. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Okafor in at the power forward position. Now, here is Harden. Shot clock at 6. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Harden's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Rockets. Now Smith. Picked by Okafor. Smith against Beverly. Smith outside to take the lead. But they get it back. Knocked loose. It's taken away by Brewer. 13 feet away. It's hauled in by the 76ers. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Pass to Smith. Embiid with the screen on Beverly. Here's Covington, covered by Brewer. Just 4 to shoot. Beasley with the steal. And Brewer kicks to Harden. Here's Beverly. Got a hand on it, but they recover it. No good from Beasley. The 76ers trail. 1:24 left in the game. Here's Okafor, and he banks in the layup.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you better off sending him to the free throw lines than to have him get that good a look.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Rockets coach had some advice for the team over that last break. As this game approaches its finale, the outcome's still undecided. He's told them, we're not far, fellas. It's within reach. Seize the moment and walk away with a win. Guys?
And the Rockets making a change here. Ariza's checked in. Screen by Howard. Harden the pass to Howard. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Covington dishes to Smith. Okafor against Beasley to take the lead. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
Shoot two.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
You look at the game so far for Okafor. He has 8 points and also a block shot.
Montejunas is checked in for Michael Beasley. And so he drops them both. It's a 2-point ball game.
And how about the composure there at the line? A ton of pressure on those free throws, and he knocks them both down.
.55 seconds left in the game. Screen by Howard. Harden kicks to Beverly. In the corner, Montejunas with it. Rebounded by Covington.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Well, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Smith kicks to Okafor.
Good! Boy, what a pressure bucket that was.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
Gotta score quickly.
Yeah, no time to waste here, partner.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Montejunas. Money! And he has brought them to within 2 points. Here's Cannon. And now we've got the intentional foul.
You had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that makes it a 3-point lead. .20 seconds left in the fourth quarter.